Oh, hello everybody. Hello and welcome to my 23rd Lucid Dreaming Q&A live stream. Let's see if you can see out the window behind me. We are on top of I believe it's the Central Place Towers. I may be incorrect, but it's called the View of DC here in beautiful Arlington, Virginia, in Roslyn, right across the river from the city of Washington, DC. This is where I will be this afternoon. So I will be answering your lucid dreaming questions while I am on vacation, and I'm going to try to make the view less about me and my ugly face and more about the view behind me. So let's see how things are going. Just got a notification. I want to check this. Yes, it's me on the camera right now. Is anyone able to post anything in the live chat? I changed the status from private to public, and I'm not sure if it's working. So yeah, I want to hear if anyone is able to actually post any comments or not on this. StreamYard wouldn't let me set it up correctly. It wouldn't let me schedule it to anything other than the day I posted it. It's inaccessible. And so it caused me some trouble that I am not happy about. So okay, is anyone able to hear me for starters? If anyone can hear me and is not able to comment on here, please let me know somewhere. And if you guys can't hear me and I'm talking to nothing, I need to know that as well. It says there's 8 people watching. Okay. Yeah, actually. Okay. Yes, hold on a second. It might just be a StreamYard issue, so I'm gonna try something a little bit more creative. Hold on. I'm gonna go check on my own link. Let's see how this goes. Aha. Now I'm listening to my own stream. Let's see if... Oh, the live chat is up here. Yay! I can actually access the live chat. Yay! Yeah, we just started. Hey, Fergo, welcome. Yes, good. Yeah, I couldn't get access to that on StreamYard, so StreamYard decided that it was blocking me. Okay. How long will the stream be? Until I, A, don't have any questions, B, get tired, or C, get kicked out of this building. But hopefully that doesn't happen. How do you guys like the view? I'm starting with Epic Fish Gamer, Hee, Commander Fox. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What I think about Daniel Love? Well, he has some good information. He's definitely had some issues with the community, though. There's not a lot I'm going to go into in public, though. That's not my style. Asha Singano, yes, go ahead. Whatever your question is, lucid dreaming related, that's what I'm here for. So my blindness, blurry vision, or complete darkness? It's neither. It isn't, I wouldn't qualify it as blurry because I can't see anything for it to actually be blurry, but I can tell if there's like a bright light. For example, the window behind me, there's bright light coming through it. Yeah, it's day where I am. Welcome to Time Sense, Frigo. Do I know the... No, and we're not going to go into drama on my live streams, please. Thank you. We can discuss this in direct messages. So we don't need to go into drama on live streams, please. So that would be best. Anyway, who all has lucid dreaming related questions? Hope somebody does. Sorry for skipping over your messages. I just got into the live stream chat and I don't really do the back scroll thingy very well, so I apologize if I missed anybody, but since StreamYard wasn't giving me the live chat like it was supposed to because of some bug, I had to do it this way. I've never done it this way before, so I do apologize. This is not my intention. Oh, really? Like, what are you talking about then? Anyway, who has lucid dreaming related questions? Also, I think I asked this, but I didn't get it. I wasn't able to actually get an answer from somebody, but anybody able to see the view out there? I don't even know what it is, so if any of you guys know what you're actually seeing, please enlighten me because I don't know what you can actually see out that window. Let's see how many are watching. Let's see. 6 watching. Okay, we're down to 6. Oh, that's unfortunate. Too bright to see. Oh, lucky me. I happened to pick the spot where the only power outlet is in the building, at least in the public area. But I guess it just happens to be facing the west, and I guess the sun is right in your face. I apologize. Oh well. How often do I use Wild at the moment? And if I do at all, which anchor do I use? I don't really use Wild much. That's not really my go-to. I've kind of dabbled with it a little, but it's not really, it's more of an opportunistic thing. If I feel like I can do it, I do it. And that's how I get wilds these days. What I'll do is I'll like pay attention to what's going on around me. I just try to fall asleep doing that. And I take so long to fall asleep that I'll usually give it up if I haven't gotten anything in like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't really mess around with wild that much just because of how long it does take me to fall asleep normally. And I wouldn't be doing wild in the place I've been staying the past several days because there's so many, there are a bunch of roommates in there and there's so much noise being made by people. I got up at 4 a.m. yesterday to go to Philadelphia for the day, and there was a guy in there who thought that the best time to go to his locker, get stuff out, and then spend an hour in bed making a bunch of noise was 2 a.m. Well, that's an hour I wasn't going to get back because I had to be up at 4 for my trip, so that was nice. What would I tell someone who's struggling with wild? On continue practice, experiment with different anchors and the level of awareness that you're paying. If you have trouble with passive awareness, the example I've been giving on Reddit now is, you ever done a task where you've had background music in the background and you've been listening and noticing background music playing while you're doing a task? And you notice how when you have the background music on, you're not focusing on it, you're not paying a ton of attention up to it, but you know that it's there and you're able to kind of follow it a bit. That's what passive awareness is. I previously practiced mild for a month and switching between wild, and SSLD for a month each or a month total for 3 techniques, because that's not a good idea. I've also tried mild with way back to bed. Nothing seemed to work. 2 to 3 detailed recall. Okay, that sounds like the first problem, a recall. If you only remembered 2 to 3, yeah, if you're only remembering a few dreams, not a night, but like total, that's bad. Yeah, dream recall. That's Exploring the Lucid Dreaming, Commander Fox, that book. But yeah, dream recall. Are you delving when you wake up? Are you setting intentions before you go to bed? Are you reviewing your dream journal before you go to bed? What all are you doing to help your recall? Because that is step number 1 for any successful lucid dreaming practice. Let's see here. Okay, no more questions. Oh. Yeah, I already did. Anyway, pretty slow on the questions coming in at the moment, but Run also, I don't think I remember what your name was. Oh, you're Nostalgia, aren't you? You're Nostalgia on Discord. I think I know who the rest of you guys are. Yeah, 2 to 3 a day is okay. You just said 2 to 3, and that sounded like total. 2 to 3 is okay. That's moderate level recall. It's fine. It could be better. It could be 4 or 5, but 2 to 3 is okay. It's fine. But yeah, so you did mild for 1 month, and you did it every single day for 30 days straight. And then did you do like wild for another month, and then SSLD for another month, and then it's wild for another whatever you're doing? You did a month with each of those techniques. Let's see what Commander Fox ultimately says. In the meantime, for any of you guys who are 18 or over, I'm going to spill the beans on one of the better kept secrets of Washington, D.C. I promise you not all the windows like this or would look like this with the light coming in. But then again, I'm blind, so does my promise really mean anything? Well, this is the 32nd floor of this building. It is one of the tallest buildings in the DC area. This is an observatory I'm sitting in, so you can obviously see they have seating up here. There are like 3 or 4 tables in this part. There's an outside roof area, and the 31st floor is the main level, and is a 360-degree wraparound with windows. If you are in the DC area and you're traveling and you get off the metro at the Roslyn Metro Station, it's the first across the river in Virginia, or last before the river in Virginia, depending on which direction you're going. Straight up from the elevator exit of the Roslyn Station, about 50 feet to the left, is the entrance to this building. Like most attractions in DC, it is actually free to enter. You just have to show a valid government ID, and you're good to go. So it is one of the hidden gems because it's not advertised, and hardly anyone knows about it. Hardly anyone comes up here. And so when it's open, it's very quiet. It's very peaceful. And I hear the views are good, but I can't vouch for that myself. At my current pace, I expect to get Omni, and if I do, when do I expect to reset level? I do expect to get there at some point. I'd say I need to kind of I have so much going on all the time that I got work or school or things that are kind of messing with my sleep. So when I have school stuff going on, there are nights where I have to do more or get up earlier or change my sleep schedule because of that, and different days that kind of messes with things. So I've had some issues with that a little bit, and I do expect to get Omni. It may take me several years to do so, but I do expect to get there eventually. A week each. All right, there's part of your problem. You tried those for a week each. Okay. And when you were doing that month for 30 days, were you still getting the same 2 to 3 recall dreams every night for the same 30 days? Because if you're doing mild and having low recall, you probably weren't getting the best benefit from it. I mean, let's think about that for a minute. If you didn't have the full recall that you could have, and you were doing mild with bad recall, probably wasn't getting the most benefit from it. And have you ever considered doing mild before going to bed, and then doing wild or SSILD during the night, or something like that? But doing those other techniques and only doing them for a week each, I will say that is definitely one of an issue. in its own right. You should have done those for at least a month each. My pleasure, nostalgia. Appreciate it. I lucid dream every night. Yes, basically. I had one this morning. It was kind of weird, and then I had one a couple of nights ago, which was actually surprising considering the fact that I got less than 3 hours of sleep. So it was an early night dream because early night is literally all I had. So I was able to remember it in decent detail, even though it wasn't great. Getting less than 3 hours of sleep, by the way, sucks, but here I am. So were you stressed about getting results? Were you trying to get results within a certain time frame? How stressed out were you over it when you were doing that as well? Because being stressed out over lucid dreaming is also something that is negative as well and is not helpful. It's honestly best to practice and then consistently, but not stress over whether or not you get results, because that could also be an issue. Oh Lord, a run-on sentence. Frogo, a run-on sentence. So what's the difference between ADA, SAT? What does awareness really mean? In terms of awareness, we're talking about like, sensory awareness, situational awareness, like presence. There's different awareness. There's different types of awareness. But if I were doing ADA, which I don't really do because you have to do that all day long, I would probably, again, like, what am I hearing? Well, I hear something that is like I think part of the ventilation system here. I hear air coming out, and there's something kind of clicking. It makes me think of a clock, but it's not rhythmic, so I don't think it's a clock. And I can kind of sense light coming through the windows, and I can feel my right foot resting on my left knee, and my left foot resting with my heel on the floor, and my toe on part of the table, and my left thumb resting against my left pointer finger, and my left and right arms resting on the chair with my right arm behind the elbow, my left arm in front of the elbow, and my right forearm resting on the table, and my right hand on the keyboard, my left hand on my jack. I mean, if I get into the tactile sensations, I could be here all day just describing what I can feel from different parts of my body. And so I can be aware of those. So there are different things you can do for awareness. SAT is kind of being aware throughout the day. So instead of all day long, you pick several moments, like just throughout the day, be aware for a little bit, and then you just keep on going about your business. You can also do criticality, where you question whether or not you're dreaming. I'm sitting in an office building kind of in the middle of Washington, D.C. I could be dreaming, but I could check to see if I'm not, or I could just examine my memories. Do I have any memory loss since I woke up? Well, I think I woke up. No. I can clearly remember what I did. Even lugging my suitcase down the front stairs of the Airbnb before I walk out the door, the wind on my face as I walked down over to the Mexican place, the phone calls I made and received while at the Mexican place, the food I ate and how it tasted, and how I wish I got in a flour tortilla instead of a corn tortilla, my Uber driver not being able to find me on the street, then him finally finding me, then it taking only about 10 minutes to get to Arlington, Virginia, getting to my friend's apartment, walking through the huge-ass lobby, going into the front door, and my friend's roommate who was supposed to meet me, he was sitting out front reading a book, and he didn't notice me walk into the building. And so I made a joke asking him who was the blind person here. So in terms of awareness, you can be aware of things. I just did like what's called the memory retrace. I've gone through some of my memories, and there's coherence through my memories. I can pick out like the details, things that I've done. There's no gaps in my memory. So I kind of go through that to get an idea of, whether or not I'm dreaming. What I think is the biggest factor in good recall practice: consistency. I think that's like the biggest factor in any practice. Are you consistent? Are you disciplined? Are you doing it, often? Are you disciplined in your dream journal when you're writing your dreams down? Are you just like skipping times, or are you actually writing them down every day, or you have a consistent schedule with how you journal your dreams? If you're delving, are you doing it every time you wake up? Are you, setting those intentions before you go to bed? Are you reviewing any of your dreams before you go to bed? Are you being consistent in your practice? And how important is that to you? Like, just the more important it is to you, the more likely you'll be to remember things. So consistency would be at the top. Discipline, consistency. Are you being consistent in your practice and what you are doing? When doing mild, I'm not really talking to anyone. I am making a decision to notice that I am dreaming while I am dreaming. And I'm going through a previous dream that I've had, and I'm finding dream signs. So for example, last night I dreamed that I was on a game that I play, a Star Trek game. It's a text-based MUD game, and it's called Phoenix Rising. It's a real game. But there were things that didn't make sense. For example, when I'm paging one of the admins, the system for paging didn't make sense. And I ended up sending 2 commands at once instead of one, in not even the normal way for doing this, but in a very weird way. That didn't make sense. There were some inconsistencies with the ship I was on and like some of the commands that I was running. And so these are dream signs. I'm on my laptop here. I'm not sure where I was on my laptop. I don't know if I was in the Airbnb or if I was at my house. If I was at my house, that's another dream sign because I'm on vacation right now. And so I find these dream signs and I go, okay, well, these are all out of place. All right. So I've gone through this dream. The idea I was suggesting to the admin of the game in the dream is an actual idea I'm going to be suggesting for real. It's something I've actually given thought to, like before I had this dream, so for a few days now. And it was something I'm giving actual serious thought to as a game improvement. We were discussing it in the dream, but there are some consistencies and things that weren't making sense. And so, all right, I go back and I pick one of these dream signs. So these commands not working very well. All right, well, I know that I am dreaming now. So I imagine knowing that I am dreaming. And okay, well, what do I want to do with that information? Well, I don't have a really set location, but that's a recall issue. I would have known in the dream where I was, but I want to change that. Well, I've got a computer in front of me. I could try running command line commands to change something that I would most strongly associate with what I want to happen, and use the tools that I have at my disposal to do this. And so I'd imagine doing some things. I want to, for example, teleport to a starship that I like to go to, and so I could use the commands for the in-game transporter system to have myself teleported somewhere. So it's a variety of different things I could do there. Yeah, getting irritated, like frustrated, I don't think that's very helpful either. And those are kind of very similar things. Yeah, I don't think that's very helpful, Fox. There's some people that can some people can succeed with one C. That's weird. Looks like I'm caught up on messages. Looks like describing mild to all of you caught me up on messages. Nice. Let me see. We still have 6 watchers, and it is about 23 minutes. I'm gonna get some water. I need it. Don't mind my bit of a messy backpack next to me, but you can't really see in there, so that's good. Now, live streaming actually drains a good bit of battery from my computer, and running a mobile hotspot drains battery easily from my phone. And so I end up charging my phone off my computer to run the mobile hotspot. Then my computer battery needs to be charged, and live streaming drains the computer charge. And so I need to find a place with an outlet so I can anchor to it and keep myself charged. And so I picked this building, and I managed to find an outlet in here. Yeah, I need help with spelling. That's funny. What are the coolest / some of my favorite dream control feats that I have achieved? Well, I've actually controlled what dream characters have told me. I have used like the force to like throw people. That was kind of cool. I have physically teleported. One of the coolest things I did recently involved a dream where I was on a starship that was actually based off of a sci-fi show called Eureka. And I managed to take full control over it with a neural interface. And it's like I could actually feel what was going on around me on the ship with my mind. And I only had that for like a few seconds, but it was cool as hell. And I have flown fighter jets. That was a lot of fun. I directly incubated that one. I flew an F-18C Hornet, and I directly incubated that. But all of my best wilds, like most of those, have been direct incubations, and I've only had a rare few of those my 11th lucid dream still ranks as one of my best lucid dreams, over 2 years later. Obviously, flying through space, teleporting, building an entire area. I've managed to visit that spaceship I wanted to visit a few times now, and so I've actually built parts of it. Obviously that's a pretty fun thing to do. So yeah, I've done quite a bit. How long did it take me to start seeing consistent results with mild, since I started doing it? In fact, after my first couple of weeks, even when I was practicing on the bad misinfo type stuff, after my first lucid dream, I started getting lucid at least once a week ever since I started. And so I haven't not been getting consistent results with mild, at least in that term, the word consistent. There are times where I won't get lucid every night, that level of consistent, but I get lucid most days, and I usually get lucid every night. There's some nights where I won't, some nights where I won't get as much sleep, or my sleep schedule will be different, or some other things might happen. Yeah, you can hit me up in direct message after the stream, and trust me, the 200 character limit is very annoying. I really hate that. I'm not a tweeter. I don't like the 200 character limit. I like long form content, not short form content. That's why you'll never see me do something less than 15 minutes. Yeah, it's not my style. All right, well, if you were, I will definitely talk to you in DMs about that and see if we can figure out exactly what you might have been doing wrong with mild and go from there, okay? 5Puff. 5Puff, you turned me into an archaeologist. What am I doing here digging up old fossils? I mean, no, how are you doing? It's been, how long has it been? How long has it been, 5Puff? It has been a very long time. I do hope you are well. But thank you for showing up. I wish you the best. Thank you for popping in. I hope you are well. Dang, I haven't heard your name on my screen reader in a very long time. I wonder if any of the Redditors will see this one, because I ended up posting this to my personal profile, and I've got like 33 some odd followers, so who knows? Some of them might see this. We shall see, though. Yeah, the character limit. Ugh. I hate the character limit. Oh, you did. You are the father. No wonder why I haven't recognized the name before. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, August, September. That was more last year than December. So yeah, it's been a while. August feels like so long ago because I was doing like different things in August. It just feels so long ago. So yeah, it's definitely been a while. I do hope you're well. That electrical kind of whirring noise, if any of you are hearing that, that's, I think, the machine room for service elevators, which are through the wall behind, like the opposite direction from where my camera is pointing. User. Finding a twist on the classics. Yeah, I haven't really done elemental control. I don't throw fireballs, though. I have thrown like just random like disintegrating energy at people. I've done that at aliens. There was like one dream where I was fighting off an alien and I was like spinning around in circles to charge and just throwing energy bolts at them. That was actually pretty fun. I forgot about that one for a bit. That one was actually pretty fun too. But yeah, it's awesome. Let's see how my battery is holding up. This is keeping me fully charged, which is good. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, just charging electricity like that's kind of cool. You ever mix like the electricity with a fireball to see what would happen, like an electrical fireball? I bet that would be pretty cool. You did mild between each. No lucid dream. Wonder why. How? You are the father. 2 questions for you. How are you doing mild, and how long have you been doing mild consistently? Woke up between each and did mild between. No LD. Wonder why. Yeah, I would say, like, how consistently have you been practicing? How long have you been doing mild for? These things can take time to get results, so just keep on cracking. But yeah, 7 dreams recall is great. What all have you generally been doing for recall as well? Really wish we had more than 200 character limit. The 200 character limit does bite. And let's see, we got some dead air time here. We have 8 listeners, and we've been live for 31 minutes. Okay. Might try doing mild again tonight. Recently, I've been remembering dreams better. That'll help. Yes, it will. Your dream recall is absolutely critical and foundational to lucid dreaming. So yes, remembering your dreams better will absolutely help. And I definitely wish you the best with your upcoming practice if you choose to continue and do so. Just remember to be consistent, and like I said, don't stress over whether or not you get results. Don't worry about it. Just consistently train and practice, and try to be calm about it. You followed my guide, but you've been practicing mild consistently for about 2 months. Ooh, so I guess, did you get my guide from Luna or something then? Because I've only been on Reddit for 3 weeks. So did you get it from her? Been practicing mild consistently for about 2 months, so like every day for 2 months before bed, during back to beds. And you're usually remembering multiple dreams a night, which is good, I hope. The 7 dreams is amazing. Do I use like scan to know where objects are, or know to feel things around me? Well, I always have associations about what's around me in most places, like especially in familiar places. There's always an association with what's around me. In my bedroom, things are like always where they're supposed to be because I learn where things are by memorization, not by sight. And so, for example, when I get up in the morning and to go find where I put my phone or where my computer is or things like that are, most of you guys will just look around the room, find your stuff, and find it all that way. I find my stuff by memorizing where I put it. And so when I have a false awakening class dream, everything is where I expect it to be because everything is where it is in my mind based on memorizing where it all is. And so things become highly consistent and predictable in those environments. I have been able to change things, but I can find things very easily because I already have this expectation of where they're supposed to be, which is how I actually find stuff. And then I just feel for things. If I want to spawn something, I'll just reach out for it. That's the easiest way for me to get objects. I can do that pretty easily. I'll just reach out for something, grab it, and go from there. And I'll kind of like feel around for things if I'm feeling for like a door or an access point to something. Yeah, they should definitely allow people to turn it off. I would be at the top of that list. Oh, before my guide, you were using tigers, which not sure what his is. But when did you get mine? I guess sometime within the past couple of weeks. Well, it obviously applies mostly to familiar places, but like in any situation, I'll just start feeling for things. In a lot of situations, I'll have like an assumption of where things are. This building to me is a familiar location. It doesn't take long for a place to become a familiar location. One walkthrough can be enough for a lot of types of places for them to be familiar. For example, I've already memorized half of the Crystal City metro station on my first trip through it, and so that is already a familiar location to me, even though I've only actually gotten off the train there once. And the same with my friend's apartment building. I've only walked through it once, and it's already a familiar location. I could navigate to where I need to go pretty easily in it. And so stuff like that. That's fine. Are y'all closing?
Yes.
All right, you're closing? All right, thank you for letting me know, ma'am. I will get out of your hair in just a minute.
All right, I can help you open the other computer whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys, gonna head out. Thank you guys for showing up. Have a nice day. Let me just.